Going to sea. For many people, an escape from the daily demands of civilization with its routines, chores, timetables, taxes and telephones. But freedom can so easily become fragile. No matter what precautions we take, which weather forecasts we listen to, or what local advice we receive, all boat owners know how easy it is to be caught out at sea in bad weather. Usually, it just means discomfort, a rough and uncomfortable ride. But sometimes, it can become a hazardous situation. There are a number of products that help people in rough weather, such as radar, sonar, satellite navigation, and as a last resort, EPIRBs and life rafts. But now, there is Seabrake, a simple towed device that can help every boat owner overcome rough weather with less discomfort and a far greater degree of safety. When boats are forced to run before bad weather, it's all too easy to lose control, accelerating to unsafe speeds down waves and broaching as steerage and directional stability are lost. This is where Seabrake fills a gap in the boat owner's armory against the elements, and like most good ideas, it's simple. Seabrake provides both constant drag and directional stability. When the vessel reaches a predetermined maximum speed, Seabrake automatically goes into action. Immediately, the vessel's speed is kept down to the maximum that the owner has already preset. Of course, once the wave has passed, it's possible for a boat to travel too slowly, allowing the next wave to overtake it. But as speed is lost, Seabrake's automatic two-stage operation handles that too. Drag is reduced and the boat's speed remains constant. Take the action of an Australian surf boat. They don't have conventional rudders. Their course is controlled by a sweep 2 or 3 meters behind the boat, which, just like the towed Seabrake, gives it much more leverage than the normal rudder. That means additional directional stability, while Seabrake's drag also eliminates dangerous speed surges. Now watch as the surf boat is carried too far ahead of the next wave, losing speed and directional stability, broaching or being swamped. Seabrake holds its vessels on course and at safe speed to allow waves to pass under the boat. Mariners have long relied on basic sea anchors to provide the drag to slow their vessels, but they are notoriously unreliable, and many long-distance mariners have invented their own devices, substituting lengths of chain and rubber tires to tow behind their craft. As well as being unstable and difficult to handle, their drag is constant, which, as we've seen, can slow the boat just when it needs more speed. All such towing compromises are superseded by Seabrake, but it also does much more. In terms of directional stability, towed dead astern, the centre axis is under constant restraint, holding the boat dead ahead, bow up and stern down under control. Towed from the quarter, the pull alters the course in that direction, and the quarter is held down with added stability. Which brings us to another important feature of Seabrake, acting as an emergency steering device in the event of failure of normal steering on either power or sailboats. On a yacht, the normal winches mounted either side of the cockpit are used to control a bridle and the angle of Seabrake to the centre line. On a powerboat, the stern mooring cleats serve the same purpose. If you want to change course, simply pull the Seabrake to the starboard or port quarter and the drag will gradually turn the yacht in that direction. By constantly controlling the angle of the Seabrake, it's possible to steer any vessel, sail or power, large or small. Seabrake is particularly valuable when entering dangerous harbour approaches such as Lakes Entrance, the major fishing port on Australia's Bass Strait, where many lives have been lost. Not only is the entrance unsheltered and very narrow, but dangerous sandbanks around the harbour mouth make it vital that skippers keep complete control, even in moderate weather. The view from the skipper's cabin of this fishing trawler clearly shows how unstable even the heaviest vessel can be during such a tricky approach. But streaming Seabrake from the quarter the seas are coming from considerably increases both general and directional stability. With Seabrake streamed from the starboard quarter or left side of the screen, we can clearly see from the fixed scales how it holds down that quarter. Such enhanced stability enables the skipper to steer straight for the narrow channel, helped by Seabrake in two vital ways: keeping his vessel stable and giving it directional stability. Seabrake inventor John Abernethy.
The roll and the normal motion of a vessel, it wants to roll and wants to pitch, and in adverse conditions, by streaming Seabrake from the quarter from which direction the weather is coming from, it will tie that quarter down. It'll keep that quarter from rising, and it'll reduce up to 50% of roll.
Everyone will be caught out in rough weather at some time or other, but streaming Seabrake damps down excessive pitch and yaw, not only reducing the danger of broaching, but giving a far more comfortable ride. And anyone who has ever been seasick will relate to that benefit of Seabrake, which also makes life easier on the boat's equipment, particularly autopilots. John Abernethy again.
Well, it's got two benefits. It'll override the automatic pilot, therefore it's reducing the wear and tear on it, and it will keep a vessel on course a lot straighter than a normal rudder because you've got a lot more out behind. So you've got the benefits of keeping you on course, giving you a good directional stability, and you're reducing wear and tear on automatic pilots.
Since the early 1980s, professional mariner John Abernethy and the Australian company Seabrake International have been patiently developing the simple solution to a problem as old as going to sea itself. Extensive testing in the Australian Maritime College in Tasmania saw early Seabrakes put through their paces in towing tanks with sophisticated measuring methods analysing different Seabrake configurations and results. As a basis for testing efficiency, a conventional sea anchor was also trialled, and the comparison was significant. Seabrake always tracked truly and remained submerged, the drag constant and increasing by approximately 70% with the doors open. While the sea anchor had slightly more drag, its consistency suffered from swinging from side to side and occasionally rising to break the surface. In fact, it eventually self-destructed. But of course, it's out there on the ocean that counts, and Seabrake has been thoroughly tested and proven aboard a wide range of craft, sail and power in all conditions. For all craft, Seabrake is a must when towing other vessels in big seas.
I'm Captain George Mansfield. I've been in the marine industries for some 30 years. I use Seabrake on the towed vessel to keep it from going from side to side and from that slingshot effect. Seabrake holds the vessel tight and straight behind the towed vessel. I also use Seabrake behind my own vessel in rough seas coming through treacherous inlets to keep us much safer and smoother in protection of my personnel.
Some people will travel many miles at sea without ever needing Seabrake, and that's great. But for all boat owners' preparation, having the expertise and equipment is security. Anyone can be caught out in bad weather, and that's when Seabrake can become an invaluable aid to safety. Take, for example, Melbourne's Port Phillip, a completely enclosed bay which can be transformed from a mill pond to a raging cauldron within hours.
By deploying Seabrake off a stern cleat at anchor or on a mooring, yaw and roll can be significantly reduced, placing less stress on the vessel and making life on board much more pleasant for all. By adding a short length of chain or suitable weight to the base tabs of the Seabrake to keep it negatively buoyant, the Seabrake will remain submerged below the vessel's draft, providing constant restraint and stability. Recovery is equally as simple. As we have just seen, in very extreme conditions, vessels can drag anchor or their moorings due to the excessive levels of pitch and yaw exerted on the vessel. Even in sheltered harbours or bays where strong wind and current will cause a vessel to yaw constantly, deploying a Seabrake can make a night's sleep, or simply having a meal a much more enjoyable experience. Note the difference between the vessel with a Seabrake deployed and the vessel immediately astern without a Seabrake. When using Seabrake as a drogue, ensure that the correct line and chain applicable to the model is securely rigged prior to deployment. Keeping the vessel speed to a minimum, launch the Seabrake on a short lead to ensure that it sets correctly, keeping in mind that higher levels of drag exist at 2 to 3 knots. By allowing the line to run off the cleat under constant restraint, ease the Seabrake out to at least 3 boat lengths or where it's positioned and well submerged in the deepest part of the wave selected for the prevailing conditions. When correctly set, the Seabrake should not be visible or near the face of a wave. By keeping the Seabrake just below the surface, we can clearly see the effect of the turbulence as the Seabrake reaches maximum drag and the pressure wave is created, restraining the vessel's forward speed.
Yeah, just go neutral and then reverse slowly, mate.
Again, recovering the Seabrake is a simple process. The inclusion of the chain is simply to keep the Seabrake from rising from the surface during prolonged periods of maximum drag. 2 metres below the surface at 7 knots is ideal for optimum performance. Seabrake's also ideal for drift fishing or in the case of a breakdown, where a vessel's drift can be greatly reduced by simply deploying Seabrake from the bow or stern. By attaching a trip line to the base tabs, recovery is made that much easier, especially for charter boat operators and drift fishermen, repeating the same process many times over when the fish are on the bite. Not only is the drift much slower, but if secured from the windward quarter, it will stabilise the vessel's motion, making it that much more comfortable for all on board for when the wind does pick up. Again, the deeper the Seabrake is set, the more effective it will be. Having now seen the many in-water uses for Seabrake, it can also quickly adapt as a spare or secondary man overboard harness and bosun's chair. Inside the front pocket of the bag the Seabrake comes in is an instruction card covering this application and those previously demonstrated. By using Seabrake regularly to improve vessel stability and passenger comfort, it's also good preparation for the day you may get caught out in heavy weather.
That's Seabrake. Smart, simple and safe. An Australian idea and development that helps prevent broaching and pooping, provides greatly improved directional stability and control before following and quartering seas, gives safe and more efficient towing, reduces wear and tear on all equipment and craft, provides invaluable assistance to autopilots, acts as an emergency steering device, considerably adds to crew comfort in rough weather. For all boat owners, sail and power, small and large, Seabrake, a new and most significant marine safety device from Australia to the world.